So Apple released iOS 26 Beta 3 just yesterday, and we have to talk about what's going on with Liquid Glass. It seems like after a number of X or Twitter posts and people complaining on social media about how it really looked and acted, they have made a substantial design change in this beta. This is somewhat notable simply because the public beta is going to be based off of Beta 3 here, and this seems to be Apple backtracking on what they said. So let's just jump into it and talk about some of the actual native apps here and how they look. So one of the most obvious places this has changed is in the music app. And when you load it up, when you look at the bottom, this looks nothing like it did prior and definitely seems more iOS 18 like than 26. So yes, you still can see it and you can really tell in dark mode. When you're in dark mode, yes, you still have the same look here, but the moment you release and stop scrolling, it actually goes, well, much more normal than what it has in the past. So this is still there, but it's more of a stained glass and frosted glass than what it was before as liquid glass, as they called it. So right now it's still actually reflecting normally, but it normally does not look like this for what the new norm is in beta 3. So I want to go ahead and actually, let's just go ahead and close it out and relaunch it and see if that was just a glitch, but it makes sense. Yeah, there you go again. In light mode, it is not as obvious that it is as translucent as it was in prior betas. But this can also be seen here if you go to the Podcasts app, and a lot of these areas, and you can see a new splash screen here, it just doesn't look nearly as transparent as it was prior. Now, you still have those same effects, so if you wanted to move and scroll on these, you can see exactly that effect in motion, but this is so much more tamed down than what it was prior. Uh, I don't know what's going on here. It's pretty interesting. I think it still looks good. I don't think it looks bad, but you guys let me know in the comments below, what do you think of these changes? It definitely has more contrast and it's easier to see, and it definitely looks, like I said, more like frosted glass than anything else. I'm still a fan. I don't mind it, but I just think it's pretty interesting how Apple backtracked quickly on this look. Um, I don't know. It's interesting, guys. But aside from that, too, one thing I didn't talk about in our prior video are some of these new wallpapers here. And I just want to give you a quick look at that, and we'll jump back in as well to some of the frosted glass changes. So you can see here you have a sky look, a halo display, and dusk now as well. And then the first one we were on was shadow. So you technically have 3 wallpapers, although with light and dark mode, you can say you have 6 here as well. I still think these look good. They're fine, but I just wanted to show you that since we didn't see them prior. Now, also, if you jump into Safari, so in Safari, as you can see, same concept down below. It looks okay. You can still see that translucent look. You can see how it just got darker and, well, it's not quite as clear as it was in prior betas. Again, I don't think it looks bad, but I just wanted to show you that. And it's not to say that all of these changes that Apple has implemented in liquid glass are gone. This is still pretty obvious in the folders. You can see how they still look behind here, but it's just something else to see. And then even also in the control center, it is definitely not as clear as it was in the past. So aside from these changes, I'm very curious to see what Apple has going on. But like we said, usually the first public beta is based on beta 3, and we can talk about some release times right now. So if you're hoping to get your hands on this, the first beta should be out either this week sometime, possibly tomorrow, or more likely on the 14th, which is exactly a week away. If they do, we possibly could get another developer beta 3 re-release, or if it's not found to be a lot of bugs or have any substantial issues, this could be the exact build number that you get for the public beta as well. This could be all the final tweaks before it goes public, and it'll be interesting to see once it's in more hands than developers and early adapters what everyone seems to think. And again, this full beta, the whole cycle will go through until about September. We're not going to get the RC until about the 8th when Apple hosts its iPhone and Apple Watch event. We're assuming it's the 8th. It could be any time in the middle of September, but that is most likely what all sources are speculating now. So keep in mind, as we saw in Beta 1, Beta 2, and Beta 3, this is all very fluid and could change at any time, just depending on what Apple deems and decides to move forward in what direction. So that's really it for this one, guys. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about these new changes and how the new direction for liquid glass or frosted glass is hitting you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.